Hey, hello, everybody.
Quicker than normal.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, welcome. Who needs a title card? Why do we need a title card? Everybody knows that this is the Death Battle cast, and we are the casting crew of Death Battle.
We only have one kind of hoodie that you can buy in the store, 16% off right now. Harmless shill.
It's really fucking
It was
good.
60% off yesterday.
Oh shit!
No, I thought it's
no,
This
it's
is the
still
whole
today.
week?
I think.
It's 2 days.
Oh, got it.
I think it's 2
Yeah.
days. So if you're watching
Nailed it.
live right
Got
now,
'em.
yes, it is 16%. If you're watching this on YouTube afterwards, you missed it. Sorry.
Oh,
But it's still like a super comfortable hoodie.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
it is
Matt
real
Fuzzy
nice.
on
It
the
is real nice. So real quick, thank you to our sponsors for this week's episode, Robin Hood and Hims, frequent sponsors of the show. Thank you for helping us keep the lights on.
Every day I wait.
They did not
just
turn
to
off
see
this time.
if they
Cool.
turn off.
We've got some awesome stuff to talk about today, including a preview for Marvel vs. Shazam, the death battle that is airing next week, which is awesome. But before we get to that,
He's Ben.
I thought I already introduced myself. You guys didn't introduce yourselves.
Well, hey, I'm Chad. I have voice boomstick.
I'm Luis. I'm the lead animator.
Yeah, I'm Sam. I do write sometimes and help a thing go well.
And I'm Ben.
Nice.
There's RTP.
Just Ben.
Just there we go. Perfect.
Yes. No, before we get to that, I real quick wanted to dive into the mind of Sam because literally right before we started this show, we were all kind of sitting in silence, and then all of a sudden Sam looks down at his jacket and goes, "Yo, zippers are buck wild."
y'all zippers are buck wild.
They are. Like, I mean, I think
Sam is not high. I want you to
think
know
it's
this.
just
This is just
interesting
Sam.
that somebody was so like his. Let's be real. We know there were other jackety do-up methods.
Right.
Before
Toggles
the
and then
zipper.
Buttons.
Buttons,
Snaps.
lacing,
Yeah.
all sorts of things that worked
Yeah,
pretty well.
they worked.
And then somebody
Right.
was just like sitting there and they're like, none of that shit was good enough for this person. And they were just like, I need to just completely close my jacket or have it open like fucking instantly. How are we gonna do this? Like, none of this lace or button bullshit. Like, I need to make this fucker.
He's like, I need to put teeth on clothing.
Like, and imagine the first person to do this shit. And they were like, so what do you want to do? How about we have, like, I don't know, hundreds of tiny precision sculpted metal teeth that perfectly fucking interlace as I drag a tiny little ridged boy up my chest. Like, the first zipper must have been such a fucking undertaking. And like, could you imagine if like the entire world has just been doing like, oh, we got a button, we got a lace, and then somebody spent what must have been a lot of time and a lot of effort, and then just showed up one day and was just like, oh hey, it's a little drafty. And then, like, everybody shit their pants. Like, they're just like, did that guy just do his whole fucking jacket up instantly? Like, I mean, they're buck wild.
I'm gonna look up when was the first zipper.
Like, the way they just do it perfect, like, now I get it. We have, like, modern machining and shit. Of course you can make a zipper. But the first one must have been crazy.
When do you think it was invented?
Oh, man, I'm going back, like, I don't know. It could be, like, fucking anywhere. It could have been, like, 1860 or like 12. Like, you know, it's like, it's really, I feel like it's a big ass window.
It was formerly known as the clasp locker.
So it was introduced at the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, and nobody liked it.
What?
So it unfortunately did not blow minds that you could zip up your jacket in one swift motion. It then eventually caught on later on.
I grabbed about a 1,800 year span, which I believed it may have been created, and it was just outside, even newer than I expected. So the zipper, like, is like 120 years old, pretty much. And wait, so people weren't very impressed with the first zipper?
Apparently not with the clasp locker, but then when Gideon Sunback developed the separable fastener in 1917, it caught on.
The separable fastener.
This is actually
Okay,
the separable fastener.
So maybe it did look different.
So, okay, so now in my mind, though, because I was imagining some, like, Renaissance motherfuckers, like Da Vinci showed up with a lace system and then some other guy just flexing on him, but, like...
Well, here's why. This dude, it was originally, there was 4 teeth or 4 fasteners per inch, but this guy was like 10 or 11 per inch. So he's the dude that like threw a bunch of those shit in there. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. A history of the zipper with Sam Mitchell and company.
Hey, there's a breakdown of how it works.
I mean,
Look, there's
I
a
think-
fun little gift. In case you didn't understand the science of the zipper.
Okay. Okay. That's
Like-
enough. That's enough. Let's zip this
It
conversation
loops
closed.
perfectly. Oh, you.
Is there any other kinds of zippers? Real talk though. Will
Nice
we
try.
ever replace the zipper?
Let's
I feel
zip
like if
this
I had-
conversation.
What if you
Closed.
had a jacket that just had 2 flexible magnetic bands and you were just like, spow?
Hey guys,
nice.
do you want to see a preview for Captain Marvel versus Shazam, the death battle that's coming up
Yeah,
next
but first,
week?
I'm picturing like Back to the Future technology.
Let's just go ahead and cut
where
right
just
to it.
attaches to
Here
Yeah,
it goes. Here's the preview.
Oh, no! Oh, geez, stop!
Stop right there! You really think you can get away with something so petty?
Oh, I didn't mean this isn't right. See ya!
Don't walk away from me, Flyboy!
Miss, you're in for a surprise! When in doubt, punch it out!
How about this surprise?
Okay, time to go. Shazam!
No, I'm really excited about how this is coming together, and Luis, your team did an awesome job
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, for sure. Zach, Neil, Min, they all worked really hard on this fight. It's really cool that we get to explore again like Captain Marvel and stuff. Because in the previous fight that we did, we made some like fire effects when she turns into the biome form, whatever.
Binary?
Yeah, binary. Sorry. And like we changed that up a little bit and made it look a little bit better. So like it's something to look forward to in the fight.
Yeah.
Gave you a chance to take another crack at something that you wanted to do.
Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
Because I'm trying to remember if so. Zach was the only one who worked on the old,
Yeah,
the
for sure.
previous fight with her, and this one was a bunch of you guys working
Yeah.
on one. So yeah, kind of a good distinction of how death battle animation has changed over the years from
Yeah.
one person just kind of like handed a fight
Yeah.
and like expected to just do everything, and now we got a whole team working on every single fight and
Yeah.
playing off of each other.
lot of,
and able to
more
get things
inputs.
done quicker and better. So.
Yeah.
So now when one of our animators' computers crashes, it doesn't totally screw us.
Yes. Or there's a glitch and everything gets deleted.
Yeah.
That
never-
reminds me, wasn't Zach putting squirrels in all the fights? Is he still hiding squirrels in
That
fights?
that is a good question. I didn't see any squirrels in the fight, but I will ask him about it.
Yeah.
'cause-
Probably
I
is
remember
one
a while he was
somewhere.
hiding squirrels in all the fights
Yeah,
for some
yeah.
reason. Like,
Oh no, the squirrel died, remember?
yeah, but then
Oh.
I thought the
Got
dead
murdered.
squirrel was in it, like, because it's dead
Yeah.
in
Jotaro
JoJo,
Kenshiro.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then I thought the squirrel was still in places.
Shit.
I don't
we need
know.
to check with Zach.
Yeah.
Has the squirrel appeared since its death
I
in
don't know.
Jotaro
We'll need to
Kenshiro?
see.
Yeah.
Also,
Like some
I-
of the animators,
Gerardo
for some
totally went to
reason-
adjust the host camera, so he left it on us, but then you guys started talking
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So there we are.
You don't need to see us. We're mysterious
So-
people.
yeah, I know some of
wearing
the
this awesome
animators
hoodie.
like Torian always hides shit in his fights. Like, there's always something going on.
Yeah, I used to hide a TV in my fights. If you go back into like the previous one before I became a full-time employee, all my freelance fights have a little TV.
And then they hired me, and I knocked that shit off right away. But
Right
before
away.
then, I was hiding
it's,
shit.
you have a little fun signature in there.
Yeah.
The 3D team is currently doing a little nod or a little Easter egg in each of their fights, but I don't want to spoil what it is. I'd like you guys to check it out, try to figure it out for yourselves.
Starting when?
Starting when Torian left and Christina and Dave took over. So that would be technically the
Optimus?
Ryu fight, but officially the Optimus Gundam fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, go see if you can
These
spot
animators
what
are
the little
sneaky.
thing is.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta have a little fun between that, you know.
Yeah,
Other than the grueling labor we're put through.
Animation can be a tedious task, right?
Of course, yeah.
You're given a. It's sometimes a little hard to think about, but animation is very much like you're given everything to do, or you plan it all out
Right.
at the very beginning, and then your next couple weeks or months is just spent doing everything that you already planned on doing. So it's like, oh, we already know how this is all going to go about. Now I just like go by the books and I just create the scene as I was told or as I dictated way
Not
back
only
when.
that, but like you have 8 seconds of animation, you might take like 8 hours to actually make those 8 seconds. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty tedious task. But
It's
you know,
not instant gratification. You're
Yeah.
like, all right, that was a long day. Let's see what I got. And like, dude walks forward and jumps. Fuck.
Or even less than that. Sometimes it's just a footstep.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you can only get like 1 or 2 shots done a day, depending on what they are, and it
Yeah.
might just be Thanos like looking at the camera and sneering.
Yep.
And that's it.
sometimes we get 2 shots done. We're like, oh my god, we did so much today. It's like,
Yeah. It's like, I finished 35 frames of animation. That's like a second and a half. Oh my god.
What was the hardest shot you've ever done? Aside from when you hand animated
Yeah,
Samurai Afro.
it was probably Afro Samurai. So like most of that fight took me like I think like 2 or 3 weeks around that to actually like do the whole like board stuff so it actually flowed well. And then once I got into like actually going over it, that went a lot faster. But like the process of getting from the beginning to the end of the fight just took forever. But you know, turned out great. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
cool. I'm glad you drunkenly got confident enough to do that.
yeah. Let's not get drunk again.
Never again. I'm sober from here on
That's
out.
still my favorite story. Like, at least you're always just so nice and quiet, and then you're just like, I want to do this. And we're like, oh, cool. And he just goes through this whole project, and he's like, yeah, I only said that because I was drunk. Like, yeah, you know, is that the mixer? And we were drinking a little bit, and I was just like, I can do it.
Oh god.
Hey, it came out great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Marvel vs. Shazam will air next week, April 8th for first members, and then April 10th on YouTube. Very excited to share this episode with you guys, so definitely tune in for that. And we will be talking about it, as we always do, on next week's episode of Death Battle Cast, along with even more spoilers
Yeah.
after you've actually watched it. So, but right now, I'd like to thank our sponsor, our first sponsor for this week's episode, Robinhood. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. While other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all your profits. Plus, there is no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. The simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike. View easy-to-understand charts and market data, place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. And you can also view stock collections, such as 100 most popular. With Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio. Discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so you can never miss the right moment to invest. Robinhood is giving viewers of Death Battle Cast a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you build your portfolio. You can sign up at battlecast.robinhood.com. That's battlecast.robinhood.com. Thank you, Robinhood. All right, and now it's time to talk about what is going on.
The lower third. What is
April
going
Fools. April Fools sucks, I guess. I don't know.
Cool. Great
Typically-
topic.
okay, typically, April Fool sucks because like there's a bunch of like you said there was a lot of stuff on YouTube where it's like people would be like, "Oh, Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch coming out now" and shit like that, and you're like, "Oh, fuck off with your like debates." And then there's some
your what?
companies
Your
that's when
debates.
you get debated. They debate.
Oh,
you know?
got it. There we are.
So that's like they just that sucks. But then again, this year I feel like April Fool's just kind of sucked in general way because the only good part, the redeeming part, is that like some companies or maybe people, but usually companies do like a funny thing where it's like very clearly an April Fool's idea. But there didn't seem to be a lot of that this year. Like I saw, I think it was Microsoft did a thing with, they're the people, yeah, Microsoft has might be IBM, who has the like AlphaGo and like Deep Blue, the chess, like the AI that keeps beating people at like fucking everything.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And like they were talking about making it so it's like Go Fish or something. So, you know, it was just a joke that they were like dunking on children with their AI. And, yeah, and I thought like, usually there's a bunch. I feel like there wasn't many. This year, McDonald's had one where they're like, look, we have new dipping sauces. And it's just like all of our shake flavors. And I was like, that's, you know, I feel like that's an idea where they're like, it's almost good. So they're just testing the water.
Right, yeah.
Everybody dips their fucking fries in shakes anyways.
At
So
Wendy's.
it's just like, yeah. Well, wherever the fuck you are, you get a shake, you dip your fry in it. Like, if you have shake and
It's
fries.
not completely alien. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I would be like, I mean, I would get one occasionally. It's not the worst idea. Nobody's doing, you know, like I think it was last year, Hamburger Helper dropped like an entire rap album. Like, that's the shit I'm looking for. And it wasn't that bad. Like, this is like, now we're just like,
I mean-
tasty sauces that aren't the worst idea. Like, fuck off. Like,
Maybe I'm just getting old because like I don't look for that kind of stuff anymore, so I don't really know if there was a lot of good
usually
stuff.
It's like I just go on Twitter and if
Check the
anything is good, someone will have retweeted it enough for Twitter to be like, hey, look at this
Sure.
fucking thing.
But at the same
I-
time, it's like even if it is real, April Fool's has just trained us to not
Trust
believe
anything.
anything that day. So I've almost gotten to a point where I'm just like, well, I'm just not going to go on the internet.
Yeah, like honestly, I probably looked around and used the internet like less yesterday than any normal given day because I was just like, yeah, I figured there was gonna be some dumb shit out there, and like I don't know.
So I'm
I
sure I
watched-
missed like a bunch of stuff because of that.
Probably.
Sorry, Chad.
That's okay. I watched Max Got Tricked, which was fun. I forgot it was even April Fool's, and then Max just has his phone out, and he's like, "What? Metal Gear 2 is coming to the Switch?" And he's like, "Oh," he's already talking about he's gonna play it, and then he's just like, "Oh, wait a minute, it's April Fool's."
Yeah,
You know? So hey, you
got
know,
you baited.
Yeah.
yep. I don't know. I was just really busy yesterday, and I just didn't do anything on the internet.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
So I
Mr.
didn't see
Busy
anything.
over here.
Yes.
Mr. Super Important.
Yes, that's it. Not that I just had a lot of work to do. Anyway, yeah, we always talk about doing something for April Fool's, and we never do it.
Well, we
I don't
can't
think we're
anymore.
allowed to anymore.
Yeah, because Rooster Teeth's birthday is April Fool's.
and they officially like denounced the day,
We missed it.
Yeah.
so we're not allowed to do things.
We could
I'm pretty
do-
sure.
April 2nd Fools.
Second Fools. That's a good idea.
Clearly, that name would never change, and that would be the official holidays title.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we always talked about doing it, and then we never really did. But the other thing we talked about is just how mad people would be if we like announced a matchup.
Oh, like a April Fool's death
yeah, we
battle
talked about it.
episode?
Remember, like every year we're like, oh, should we do that? Like,
There was one I remember the rejected death battles idea where we would pit like Goku versus Ryu or whatever.
yeah.
It'd just be like Ryu firing a fireball. It just bounces off him and he just
Goku
obliterates
just
him.
explodes him.
But we have a full rundown and everything, just like a 5-second fight. Were there any specific like death battle, April Fool's death battles?
I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember if Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man started as an April Fool's joke, but
That
then I
might
just-
have been.
Then I just really wanted to do it.
Once DBX got into play and that kind of thing, like it kind of changed the way we look at potential episodes because we're like, oh, that wouldn't really work as a death battle, but it could be a DBX.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Like Thor versus 100 Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's an April Fool's death battle,
my
but because that
favorite
show exists, we can do it. Yeah, but let us know if there's any April Fool's death battle that you would like to see.
How would you like us to trick you on April 2nd Fools?
Yes, exactly.
Still like April 2nd Fools. That's a good one.
This is real now. We have to do this next year.
People.
April 2nd Fool.
I also don't understand why people spend so much time making those April Fool jokes. Like, are you like why spend so much time on something that is just gonna be like, oh look, it looks amazing, it looks real. Oh, it's actually fake. Oh well, let's just forget about it.
Why spend so much time on something that'll piss people off?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
I feel like it must be like a beacon, like a high point for like YouTube prank video people.
Yeah.
Like let's
true.
call them shitbags.
Sure.
Like the people who do pranks on YouTube.
Right.
Like that probably is probably a good date. But if I were in that position, I would do an entire video where it's like we're setting up to do a really fun April Fool's joke, and there's just never any sort of prank. The whole thing is just a waste of fucking time, and then it's like, fuck you for watching prank videos.
the April Fool's joke is the April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
There was no
Meta.
April Fool's joke at all.
Super meta.
Do prank channels even still exist?
I think so.
Oh, I'm almost certain they do, and they're probably killing it.
Dude,
Are they? I
can't
don't
remember-
hear anything about them or see anything about prank. I guess YouTube kind of shut that because YouTube used to be known for its prank channels, and then they got into
Well, I
a
think
bunch
it's-
of trouble,
Yeah,
so they
there's a
probably
lot.
just
I
don't
think
really
the
promote them
difference
as
is
much as
like-
they used to.
People did that because they were pretty genuinely lazy content creators, and then they became vloggers that occasionally do pranks. And I kind of think, like, not to terribly shit on vloggers and prank people, but I kind of think that was the play, and that's what happened.
So have
That
you
makes
seen,
sense.
Have you seen the channels that like so clearly set up like a random act of kindness? I
Oh,
came
yeah, they're
across this
really
like a
fucking
couple
lame,
months
yeah.
ago. Is this one channel, and like it was just like it had so many views, and it was just disgustingly fake. Like, oh my god, there was this like it's like these guys came across a homeless dude who's sitting outside a Guitar Center, and they're like, "Why do you look so sad, bud?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I just had to pawn my guitar and yada yada." And they're like, "Why don't we go inside?" And then like you like that guitar that you're playing? We're gonna buy it for you. And like it's like, and it's so clearly fake.
Yeah.
Like every second of it, and I'm just like, God. But it's like, random act of kindness. We buy a homeless man a guitar, and then like, oh, it's millions of views, and it's just like, God. Fucking
You
damn.
probably IMDb the homeless man.
Yeah, exactly,
It's
right?
like, yeah, it's like really.
So
There's
after,
a lot of those. and
yeah,
it's really,
I literally Googled that channel's name and like fake controversy or whatever after that, and just because like, there's no way that's real, and sure enough, there's like
Yeah,
a whole bunch of
yeah.
things, but
I
them
mean,
using
yeah.
actors and things, and it's just like, yeah, but that's like the new prank channels, like, fake kindness.
I mean, I guess it kind of follows a similar formula. It's just
I
the
feel
different
like
product.
There's an in between that would be a funny like social realm where you could just do like you could blend them. Like you could go up to somebody.
Oh, do you like that
and
guitar?
just be
And
like-
you smash it in
Well,
front
no.
of them.
Yeah, well, you could just be like, well, no, just hit them like just for a simple one. Just be like, go up to a stranger and be like, "You're a bitch. Here's $100," and just see how they feel. Like for me, I'd be like, "All right." It's like you were kind and mean.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the channel's about, but something's happening here.
Sam,
Some
you
sort
can
of
test this.
transaction.
Go for it.
I'm not gonna.
It'll
throw
only
away
cost you
$100.
$100.
And plus, I'll probably get fired. Like, depends who I call a bitch. I don't know. Like,
Wait,
and
would this
also,
be
like,
the homeless people?
no, I mean they would probably be fine with it. I feel like.
No,
Like, I
this
feel
is-
like that's the spectrum. Like,
That's
if
when we
you
get
do
into the
it-
exploitive, like,
Yeah.
remember the bum fights thing that people used to do?
Well,
Wait,
yeah,
what?
we probably shouldn't. People did bum fights.
You don't
yeah.
remember that?
I don't remember bum fights.
That
That
was
was
like
a
a thing.
channel that these dudes would go and they would pay homeless people to fight each other on camera.
What the
Now,
fuck?
That
You don't
could
remember
have
that?
been fantastic actors.
True.
I
We weren't as internet savvy back
How
then.
do you
We weren't
not
ready for
remember
that.
this?
don't remember this at all.
Oh god.
That was a whole thing, dude. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's super exploitive and terrible. Those people were monsters.
Okay. Apparently it was pretty recent, 2016.
They're still doing it? This is
Apparently
like,
there was something in
again,
2016,
I
but like
bet-
another one was 2002. I don't know. I just looked at one article
Yeah.
about it, so it could be wrong.
It'd
But
definitely be staged.
yeah, that
That would
sounds like
actually
something
be
that's
funny
staged.
to do a reboot of bum fights, and then like it clearly goes from seeming realistic to then like one of them does a
Superpowers.
Hadouken.
Yeah.
Oh shit! dude.
Ah, you just go Super Saiyan, what the fuck?
That would be a funny fucking video.
It starts
That
off
would have
like
been our fucking. That would have been the banger April 2nd Fools. That would have been it. Like where it's like death battle bum fights.
And then they go
They go
Super Saiyan.
Like that would have been fucking dope.
Just
dude.
Goku the
Oh,
whole
they could've
time.
Done that, man. That would have been a fucking banger.
Well, now we got to plan for
It
next
would-
year's April
would
2nd
seem
Fools.
like
This is our Ismahawk collab. That's what we use
Danny,
it on.
I hope
Yeah,
you're
like-
watching. This is what we're working on this
it
year.
would be like at first, ethically questionable and everything. And, like it would be great. Like that would be a great way to just be like, no, it's all a joke. Don't fucking worry. Man, that would.
And then like the mainstream media can jump on us and get all mad and
But then,
great.
yeah. They'll get so many of those comments like, I didn't watch this video, but I heard, and it's dumb, and you're wrong, and bad people.
Did you
Yeah.
see the bum throwing the freaking moon at this? Bum?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just picture.
Oh my god.
Like shaky cam.
Yeah, well, I love it starting off as like clearly like a home movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's not professional looking at all. Maybe it's filmed on an iPhone and it's even sideways at first. And then like all of a sudden it goes, flips over and it's suddenly like a legit like animated crazy fight scene.
We just blow all of Death Battle's budget on the
Yeah,
video.
sounds good. This is just going to be next year. It's this one video.
Shambly homeless people, and then all of a sudden they're like, it starts up and like, wow, these guys actually got moves, and like they're doing some dope ass like Taekwondo stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. But I'm ready to film it right now. Yeah, man, we should be in charge of April Fools.
Just in general.
In charge. Oh, yes, I would like to be the mayor of April Fools, please.
The April Fool's king.
Yes.
I mean, if our company is literally born on April Fool's, I feel like anybody here has the right to that, right? That's how it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except for the company publicly denounces the day.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see. So I didn't.
Because they
Well, if we
God.
invent April 2nd Fools, then we can own that.
I
So
think that's what
it's
we do. We do
perfect.
April 2nd
Perfect.
Fools. Like we'll do. We're like partnering with Cheerios to make them square. Like just shit that you wouldn't see normally.
Yeah.
Trademarking April 2nd Fools right now. Don't steal.
TM'd. It's already. We did it before the episode. Didn't even try.
I thought I was going to get April Fools last night because I got invited to do RTP.
God, I wanted to make some jokes on that one.
What?
No,
Oh,
just mean
no.
stuff. Because I thought I was gonna get April Fools last night. Like,
Oh, God.
literally, you can
Yeah.
line up like any fucking situation.
So April said she was pregnant again.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. like any of those things.
that would not be good. No, I got invited to do the Rooster Teeth podcast, but I noticed that the hosts that were invited, there was one too many. It was me, Matt, Bernie, and Ellie and Gavin, and I'm like, it's a 4-person podcast. And then I
Yeah.
just had this moment where I was like, are they setting up to April Fool's me? Like, you're on the podcast. Yay! Just kidding. April Fool's, idiot. Like, oh.
Pull the lever. Trap door opens beneath you.
Yeah, exactly. No, instead Ellie and I swapped out.
That's
Dude,
how
I'm
it
so
works.
fucking sick of these spam texts and calls. God damn.
Dude, I get so many a day.
It's insane.
Very awful.
Just get rid of your phone. Who needs phones these days?
And this person, I don't know where they got my info from, but they think my name is NHA. So there's one good thread. It says, hi, NHA. It's good health. It's...
Wait. Like literally spelled NHA?
Yes.
When you get text
Is it
messages
all
too?
caps?
Or it's like an evil villain. He's like, hey, nah. And he's like, it's good health looking to get you a better health policy. Savings up to $600 a year. When are you available to talk?
I
Reply.
assume NHA is probably some sort of like,
Sounds like the initials for
Shorthand.
school or something.
or something like name
Or
something. I don't know.
I
like,
don't know.
Because I assume they have just like a doc of numbers attached to a name. Because all of mine come in as my mom's name because she's the account holder, and I guess somewhere along the line AT&T sold all of her account information or something like that.
Or you were compromised through something else.
Yeah, I mean maybe. Yeah, I mean I know it's her parent company, but whatever, deal with it. Like,
I'm just trying to throw you a safety net there, bud. That's all.
If John Oliver's taught me anything, it's you can shit talk AT&T and it'll be okay. I will say, I have great cell service. And their internet is fucking banging. But goddamn, do I get a lot of spam calls?
Yeah, it's
Price
driving
paid.
me nuts. I need it to end, and
Do you
I
even
don't.
have AT&T?
Mm-mm.
What a fucking employee you are.
I have.
What a fucking employee.
I have Google Fi.
way to support the company, Chad.
See, now if we're gonna be shit talking that, he was just like he doesn't even want the company. He's like,
It's $30. It's so affordable.
Do you know what the discount we get on our phone?
Yeah?
It's pretty good.
I know. I don't know.
I know.
was
I
already
would
on
go.
it.
I would if I didn't have a sweet AT&T discount. I would go 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Just because then you go out of town or out of country and you're just like, I still have a phone. MBD.
Yep. It's really convenient.
Gangster, dude.
Anyway, hey,
So
you know what else is convenient? Hymns.
Oh, really? Do tell.
That's right.
please.
Hims is a company. They take care of. They're basically a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about hair loss. So this was a thing that every time I read this fact, it just blows my mind. But 66% of men lose their hair by age 35, and I'm coming up on that. The thing is, when you start to notice hair loss, it can be too late. It's much easier to keep the hair you have than to replace the hair you've lost. And sometimes, people will turn to weird solutions or, not take care of something when there are solutions that can help you backed by medicine and science. So here's the thing. I've gotten on a call with the founders of Hims, and that's a big driver for why they wanted to start this company is because there are issues like sexual performance and hair loss that can be embarrassing to some people, and they don't want to go into the doctor and go to the waiting room, or maybe you just hate doing that. And so they wanted to offer a way for people who didn't want to go through that hassle or were feeling embarrassed to be able to do that. And so Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. They offer well-known generic equivalents to name-brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. There's no snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. They offer prescription solutions backed by science. And like I mentioned earlier, there's no waiting room, no awkward in-person doctor's visits. You just answer a few quick questions, and a doctor will review, and they can prescribe you. Products are shipped directly to your door, so no need to go pick it up at a pharmacy. Death Battle Cast listeners and viewers get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today, right now while supplies last. Restrictions apply. See their website for full details. But this could cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/cast. That's ForHims.com/cast. Forhims.com/cast. Thanks, Hims.
Yes, thank you very much, Hims. And now it's time for the community death battle.
I just got like some random bite on my hand. I don't know what the hell.
That's it. It's Chad versus small insect that
And
made him
it
bit
won.
him. Yeah,
won,
get
right?
wrecked. You lost your first death battle,
Yep,
Chad. How does
there
it
you
feel?
I don't know.
Well, I guess you're not dead yet. Soon.
Why?
Oh, I see.
Was it poison?
All right, the battle we're actually
do this?
the battle we're actually talking about today is the battle of celebrities.
Oh, that's right.
Captain Falcon versus Johnny Cage,
I'm
which
interested to see how this goes.
just imagining how this fight would work is just amazing to me. But as always with Community Death Battle, we send it out to you guys to send us answers of who you think would win and why using hashtag DeathBattleCast. And we have an answer for Captain Falcon from Hunter Smith. And he says, Captain Falcon wins this by far. According to a video by Loxton, the Falcon Punch alone moves at speeds of 7,683 meters per second and will be exerting 7.9 million pound force. This one is going to be a fatality for Johnny Cage.
I love that they're still keeping up with these puns.
I'll talk about that video in a minute because I know what he's talking about, and I think it's pretty easily debunked, honestly. But for Johnny Cage, we have an answer from Ogres Have Layers. And he says, Johnny Cage has performed his nut punch while dodging a bullet and,
What a phrase.
and has won fights against Goro and Shinnok. Who is a fallen elder god, kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
For reference, Goro is more powerful than Kintaro, who survived an earthquake and a nuke. As for Shinnok, in a fight with Raiden, they destroyed an entire civilization. All right.
Yeah, just the you had me at bullet dodge nut punch. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
So, okay, about that Captain Falcon video. I know what video he's talking about, and the idea there is that he punches so fast that he ignites the air in order to create the Falcon Punch. I don't think that's what the Falcon Punch is, because he has numerous other moves that also use fire. Falcon Kick, the Raptor Dive, and his like grabby thing,
Right,
that
which then
explodes
instantly,
people.
like,
The only
yeah.
way that could work by speed is if he's pelvic thrusting them with enough force to ignite the air. Like, I don't really know.
well, Ben.
It probably is not what's going on in that move. So just gonna say Nintendo's not probably including an air bursting pelvic thrust move.
I mean, I feel like that's saying, like, you could use that logic falsely just about everywhere, be like, oh, that's what a Hadouken is, and like all these other things, like any instance of fire, like you could use that for kin, for shurikens and shit like that, like, and it just, it doesn't really, I think, play very well, because that's not. It would have to be specifically said that that's how he's creating the fire.
Right.
If they said he creates the fire by
Sure.
moving his hand so fast or like by the thrust of his punch, then there you go.
I
That sounds
can see
reasonable, but-
why people would associate that with him, given that he is a speed character in Smash Brothers.
Right,
He's
right.
considered, he's fast. He's Captain Falcon. He's got a super fast car. He's a super fast character. It does sound like it should apply, but the fact that there are so many moves that have fire involved, it seems to me like he's using a form of pyrokinesis. And actually, the anime kind of has an explanation for it. There are these essentially Chaos Emeralds in the anime that
course
they're
there are.
called reactor mites that a bunch of the characters get, and they give them crazy powers like being able to create explosions. So Falcon has one in his car, and he can kind of tap into it. He never really shows that he can create fire with it, but he does do a Falcon Punch at the end of the series.
That's the one in like
The
the sun
only-
or something like that, right?
That's the one that's often misinterpreted as he blows up the galaxy.
Right.
Which in reality, it's the dark matter reactor that's exploding, which the entire purpose of the dark matter reactor is it literally pulls the galaxy back in and creates the universe in, creates a big bang. So that's why the explosion looks so big. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Falcon Punch anime on YouTube. It's
Regardless,
incredible.
it's awesome.
It is
Yeah.
a fucking awesome scene. Like, I've watched that anime. It's 51 episodes long. It's not a great anime, but holy shit, that last bit, it's all worth it for that one scene.
That's funny.
So,
I was about to use when Kirby then inhales him and takes his power, he can do it too. But I was like, Kirby could probably do that.
Also, using Smash Brothers to like scale
That's true.
characters
That's
a bit.
true.
We're getting into iffy territory there. But like Captain Falcon is obviously quick enough to pilot his F-Zero machine at like crazy Mach speeds. Like he's able to dodge bullets for sure. In the anime, he's incredibly skilled at fighting. He's able to spot snipers from like miles away. There's this one point where there's a sniper like shooting cars, and the cars have like this device on them that's essentially, it's a bomb, I think. He's shooting bombs onto the cars, and the bombs are controlled by like this blimp that's just like up in the air.
okay.
Right?
Yes,
So,
as one does.
So what
bomb.
Falcon does is the blimp is like underneath the track, and he like somehow gets his car to drive underneath the track, launch off the track upside down into the blimp, and just leaps out and takes out everybody in there and just smashes the bomb controls on his own. Like, it's a crazy scene. So he's super skilled.
Does he
that
still win
scene?
the race?
No, because his car is now in this blimp.
Okay.
That's like, what is it, Transporter 2, where there's a bomb under the car,
There's a
and he hits that ramp and rolls the car, which there's a crane with a hook, and the hook pulls the bomb off the car, and then it finishes its aileron roll and lands and goes.
Funny you should say that. That legitimately happens in F-Zero GX. Falcon has a bomb on his car, and he has to drive between two different speeds. Can't drive too fast, can't drive too slow.
They gave him speed?
So he ramps up, he goes off a ramp, and there's a crane, and the crane hooks the bomb off of his car.
That was the dumbest scene in Transporter. I was
Who
out
did that
immediately.
first?
When did that movie come out?
Oh, it's
It
been
was
a
a
while.
while, like 2006 probably.
It probably would have been after that then, because that was GameCube.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
but GameCube was around
Well,
the same
because
time.
I'd be
Might
very
be around
interested
the same
to know.
time.
Yeah.
I wonder
Who
if they
did that
stole that.
first?
They were like, yoink.
I can believe that in the F-Zero world. I don't believe that in the
in
human
the
world.
F-Zero world,
of-
like it seems fine. Like they go on. There's like Snake Way shit where they're going like
Yeah.
racing on
Yeah.
these fucking There's anti-grav shit. Like it's fine. Your car has rockets on it. Jumps are back in the game. Like
In F-Zero GX, the last battle boss is Captain Falcon racing against the claimed creators of the universe. I don't think they actually are. There's a couple weird things about them being the creators of the universe, but they claim to be, and they're super powerful spirit things. So, and it's also like fucking hard as balls to beat him. The game gets really difficult. But anyway, Johnny Cage is also like the anti-god guy in the new timeline. He's like, I got these green Mediterranean powers.
Mediterranean?
Yeah.
That's like sticky sauce toss.
No, he's descended. What is it? He's descended from a Mediterranean war cult or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's why
didn't-
he's able to
I
beat
didn't
Shinnok
play-
in X.
I didn't play 10.
Okay.
/X.
Well, in X, basically,
because
he's
I loved
the
9. 9 was so good.
X is all about his family's power. He defeats Shinnok at the beginning, and then his daughter defeats Shinnok at the end. Spoilers, because they're the only ones who can like counter Shinnok's power with green Mediterranean powers. That's what his fireball has always been. I don't know. They don't have a name for it. It's just
he
green
goes,
Mediterranean
he
powers.
goes to fight Shinnok, but first they stop in at noon, and then they get.
Hit him. Hit
Yeah.
him with the falafel waffle. Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna make falafels of your testicles.
Yeah.
But that's basically it.
Okay.
You can also punch nuts really
Real
well.
hard. Oh my god! When you get the X-rays in 9 and you see him pop, not good. Hated that part.
And yeah, he was able to. This is movie, but he was able to crunch Goro's nuts in the movie, and Goro's stronger than Kataro's. Who can't survive a nuke?
Everyone can
wait.
picture that face, right? That Goro face
Yeah.
after he gets hit in the nuts.
Goro looked pretty good in that movie,
Falls
honestly.
straight back.
Like considering
Yeah.
how the movie was okay, but like
The movie, people kind of shit talk the movie, but like as far as a Mortal Kombat movie goes,
Yeah, it's pretty.
they could have done
It's
way
alright.
worse,
Yep.
and it would have been harder to do better. Like I don't know really what you could have done to make it like without
Mortal
losing
Kombat 9.
some of the
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat
Kombat
9
stuff.
does it
Okay,
better.
yeah, but
because the
Mortal
movie
Kombat 9
the movie
had a lot
the
of
first half of the
yeah.
movie is like really solid, and then it just kind of gets into the tournament, and then it just starts jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
We just go from fight to fight to fight, and
Sorry.
there's really no explanation of what's going on.
I don't know why.
no.
Like Johnny Cage, right? He fights Scorpion. He just shows up in a forest, and Scorpion's just there.
Yeah.
Like there's no setup whatsoever. I don't really know what's going
so
on.
gross too. Like when they have like
The hand,
his
dude.
harpoon come out of his
like a
hand, and
lizard
it's got like a
thing?
little
Yeah.
it's like got a little mouth.
It was weird.
That was strange.
So some odd liberties taken with that movie, but
Yeah.
overall it was
cool,
all right.
And then Shang Tsung looks like he's trying to eat the English language when he speaks. Your soul is mine.
What's the name of the guy who played
Writing
him?
kinda sounds
He did
like-
such a good job though.
Yeah, I think he does a great job.
Shang Tsung was one of the best parts of that
yeah,
movie.
no, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
A lot of mouth movement.
am I
And
blanking on
Raiden
his
kind
name?
of sounds like Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy for some reason as well. No?
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
He's
Well, that's
that
'cause
one
he's
guy.
played by
Christopher Lambert.
Christopher
Yeah, yeah.
Lambert.
Yeah.
That's right. He has some really awkward laughs. Like where he'll just start saying
can
something
see that
serious,
now.
and he'll just go "Ha, ah, ah," and like leave. Like it's really weird. There's some
Yeah.
awkward moments in that movie. Anyway, reining it back in.
Let's see who wins.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm just curious. What's the poll?
We're not voting.
Nope.
Oh, I guess not.
Oh, Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon wins. The bird beats the shades.
Wonderful.
I
I'm glad that
feel,
we've really incorporated Bitmojis into this.
That's not a Bitmoji. That's just an emoji.
Did I say
right?
Bitmoji?
Yeah,
I meant emoji.
yeah. You were
Yeah,
out
Chad,
of
get with
touch
the
the youth.
lingo.
Whatever.
Man, I need to do a shave. It's scruffy.
So what's next?
Oh, do you not want to talk about? Okay, whatever. Do we agree? Do we agree that Falcon should win?
I don't know. Sure.
Maybe. I don't know. Like I don't have enough actual
get his
like
car?
strong feats.
Because I'm pretty sure.
Oh!
Because I'm pretty sure you can just run over Johnny Cage.
Yeah, the
okay.
car would
That
be a
is
number-
something
Well-
in the anime. They are able to call their cars if it has the reactor might in it, which is what similar to what happens in Smash Brothers. And he's got some move in the anime where he turns the car into like a laser buzzsaw or something.
Wait, what?
So that would probably
I
kill
think-
Johnny
That'd probably do it.
'Cause they, have
would.
they have the attack spin thing. You sure it's just not that, just like embellished?
I think it is to some extent. that.
And still, my thing though is like, okay, Captain Falcon's car, I don't know, 3,000 pounds, traveling at fucking 700 kilometers an hour. probably somewhere in the line of what Mortal Kombat characters punch for regularly, because Mortal Kombat characters like really stupid strong.
Yeah.
Johnny
Especially-
Cage can break the break the balls of a character who can take a nuke.
Yeah.
Well, the testicles aren't really something you can flex. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Like,
Yeah, but
you
if-
can soften a blow on your stomach by
the
flexing, but
thing
like
is, there's
testicles,
still-
they don't have
there's
that
still
power.
something
But what if the
say-
nuke landed
Yeah.
right between your legs?
Well-
we don't know where that. We got to look into this Kintaro
His-
surviving a
his-
nuke.
Yeah, his testicles weren't blown off being in the middle of a nuclear blast. So, Johnny Cage's punch has to be more than whatever a nuclear blast did to this guy's nutsack. Like, I mean, it's got to be pretty buck
It's
wild.
just like a muscled
That's the thing.
God.
It's got a six-pack. Like,
solid picture. Oh, no.
Okay.
it flexes.
Okay.
Like,
Oh God. We have
mean,
to stop.
You
We
know,
have to
you
stop.
can do that thing where you pull them up, kind of the nut flex.
no.
It's essentially the same thing.
YouTube
like,
is gonna pull this off.
No, we didn't show anything.
Yeah, I think
we're getting.
I kind of think it's gonna be Johnny Cage, but then again, like I've no doubt, especially when it comes to Captain Falcon having an anime, like there's almost certainly some buck wild shit
Yeah.
out there. So yeah, it's hard
Oh
to say.
God, I look forward to that fan art. That's
that'd
when we
be
get in
awesome.
trouble.
Please do not. We will not show it. We will not enjoy the flexing nutsack. You will get no recognition.
I will give you recognition.
I mean,
If you-
that was fucking funny,
Pat on the
but
back. Do we? Oh, we can't risk showing that.
no, we
Just
can't
blur it.
show.
We'll debate it. We'll debate it. Maybe we can blur certain parts and make it. All right. Next week we will be discussing a new community death battle, and this one will be in honor of Borderlands 3 being announced. Handsome Jack versus Two-Face.
Oh.
Battle of the two-faced peoples, I guess. I don't know.
Nailed it.
Like,
Perfect.
so as always with community death battles, you can let us know who you think would win and why using hashtag DeathBattleCast. And later on this week, we will have a poll on the Death Battle Twitter where you can vote for your winner. But until next week, where we will discuss it, thank you for joining us. Bye.
Sorry, that got weird.